We are live now.
Thank you. I declare this meeting of the Morgan Freeman Council open at 2 p.m. on the 25th of November 2025.
On behalf of the Morgan Freeman Council, excuse me, please. We acknowledge the traditional owners of our region, the Kallawa people, and recognise their continuing connection to our land, waters and culture. We pay respect to their resilience and respect to elders past, present and emerging.
Thank you. Please be advised that this meeting is being audio and visually recorded. I ask that all attendees remain respectful and considerate of others, and advise that offensive, defamatory or threatening language or behaviour to those present or listening is not acceptable. Agenda item 1.1 is attendance. In attendance today we have Deputy Mayor Michael Simons, Councillor Robert Young, Councillor Rob Churchill, Councillor Neil Edwards, Councillor Kenneth Gregson, Councillor Carol McQueenie and Mayor Arnold. In accordance with Regulation 41 of the Local Government Meeting Procedure Regulations 2025, as Chairperson I hereby request leave of absence for Councillor Jenny Walker for this meeting of Council for personal reasons. There is a recommendation, Councillor Young.
I so move.
Thank you. Is there a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Gregson. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Officers in attendance today. Councillor McQueenie, are you right? Officers in attendance today, we have the Director of Planning and Development and Acting CEO, Mr. Dick Shaw. We have the Acting Director of Works and Infrastructure, Mr. Darren Smith, and Executive Officers, Mrs. Kerr and Ms. Clarkson. Thank you. Agenda item 1.2, Mr. Shaw, I don't believe we have any late reports.
No late reports.
Thank you. 1.3, declaration of interest in a matter of a councillor. As Mayor, I request elected members to indicate whether they have 1, any interest personally or via a close associate as defined in section 49 of the Local Government Act 1993, or 2, any conflict as described in the Model Code of Conduct for Councillors in any item included in the agenda.
Not a conflict, but a question about this documentation. Is this what we'll fill in now for conflicts of interest?
Yes, yes, yes.
Per meeting.
Per meeting, Councillor McQueenie, yes, because I understand that we haven't always been completing those.
And just through the mayor, will this be kind of filed and on public display?
Councillor Gregson, there is a process there. We've always had a register of conflict of interest, and each councillor that declares a conflict should have been filling out one of those forms. I don't think it's been happening, so this is just a new process to ensure that it does happen.
Thank you.
Okay. Agenda item 2 is the confirmation of minutes. 2.1, the ordinary meeting of council held on Tuesday the 28th of October. There is a recommendation on page 5. Councillor McQueenie.
Thank you, Mayor. I move that the minutes of the ordinary meeting of council held on Tuesday the 28th of October 2025 at 2 p.m. be confirmed as a true and correct record.
Thank you. Is there a seconder? Councillor Edwards, thank you. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Carried unanimously. Agenda item 2.2 is the date and purpose of workshops held Tuesday the 11th of November. There is a recommendation on page 6. Councillor McQueenie.
Thanks, Mayor. I move that council notes the information.
Is there a seconder? Seconder. Councillor Churchill. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Carried. Thank you.
Just before we go on.
I'm sorry?
Just before we go on. I wasn't in attendance at that workshop. Can I vote for or against?
Of course, yes. It's only noting the information, councillor, so there's no issue with you voting for noting the information. Agenda item 3 is public question time. 3.1, we have no questions on notice. 3.2, questions without notice. Again, Mr. Shaw, I don't believe we have any questions without notice. Thank you. Thank you. Agenda item 4 is the Planning Authority. There are nil reports this month. Agenda item 5 is the financial reports for October. There is a recommendation on page 10. Councillor Churchill.
I move that Council receives and notes the financial reports as attached to this report for the period ended October 2025.
Is there a seconder? Councillor Gregson. Councillor Churchill, do you have any comment?
No, nothing from
No
me.
questions? Questions or comments? Councillor McQueenie?
Yeah, just one question. And sorry, because I only read this particular sheet this morning for getting it late. On page 4, where we look at the notes on the P&L statement, point 2 has marina berth fees down by 25,000.
This is in the attachments, Councillor.
Yes, it is. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry, page 4 of the attachments.
Yes.
Profit and loss statement, notes at the bottom, number 2, marina berth fees is down by 25%. It's under timing. Just one clarification, if I can, or notice, whether that what we're saying is they're not effectively down by 25,000. It's just a matter of timing in terms of reporting.
Mr. Shaw, can you answer that or take it on notice for Councillor?
Happy to take that on notice, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor McQueenie. I suspect it is probably just timing of the reporting, I would think, but we'll certainly take it on notice.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments in the financial reports? Nothing further, and I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Motion's carried. Thank you. Agenda item 6 is the section 24 committees. There are nil reports. Agenda item 7 is information report. 7.1 is the Chief Executive Officer's update. There is a recommendation on page 17. Deputy Mayor Simons.
I'll move that the Chief Executive Officer's update be noted.
Thank you. Seconder. Councillor Churchill. Deputy Mayor, do you wish to speak to the
No, well, actually, I
report?
would. Actually, I like the report, and it's good to have that information to hand, which we haven't had previously in this format. So,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Mr. Tory.
Any other comments or questions?
That's true,
Councillor Gregson.
There is a letter from, or a proposed letter to Eric Betts. Is that to do with the state grant schools?
I believe so.
Right. To review a discussion paper to council numbers and allowances, hence the discussion paper presented by the government, I think it closed on November the 7th, to reduce the number of council increase the allowances. In this instance, board by council have been put down from 8 to 7 and commensurate with the allowances. Now, it was told or said or presented to the Legat conference, which is just last week, that it went through on a slim majority. How was that slim majority attained? Was there a vote of councils, or was it a vote of mayors? How was it? How did it come to that slim majority?
It's more than I can tell you, Councillor, because I don't know. I'm not aware. I mean, as far as I was aware, the last thing I recall is that we were asked to submit in relation to our thoughts around it, but I don't know anything beyond that. I'm sorry.
No, it's just that when I asked the CEO with regard to this matter, he said that I could put in a submission, but it had to be from a private perspective, so therefore I would have to use my private email. I thought that was rather extraordinary, that being a councillor.
Well, I don't know that that's accurate. I think that, individual councillors can put in submissions to any consultation processes that come out. There's no, not sure that that's accurate. The proposal to move our council from 8 to 7 probably goes back a number of years, because originally we were a 9-member council. When the changes were made a few years ago, they were going to look at, we submitted 7, and government decided to make us 8, and we've obviously been 8 ever since. So this is just really reverting to the original submission that this council did many years ago in
Right.
relation to it.
Yes,
Whether it happens like that is now up to the government.
that's right. So when was it reduced from 9 to 8?
Oh gosh, you're stretching my memory now, Councillor Gregson. That's something I'd have to check.
No, that's fine. No, it's just that, and with the drugs and alcohol testing.
I'm sorry?
With the drugs and alcohol testing that was in here, it says this Swansea Works Depot and W2S was appraised on the 6th of November 25. Are they notified in advance, or is it an impromptu thing?
Mr. Shaw, are you able to answer that?
Darren Smith. Darren.
Yeah, Mr.
Through
Smith?
Madam Mayor, no, the staff are not notified prior.
Thank you. And if you've got manual handling, this toolbox euphemism seems to be coming up. What is an actual toolbox training?
Toolbox training?
Yes, it seems to be a
Mr.
jargon
Smith,
term.
would you like to educate Councillor Gregson
yes,
on
yes.
toolbox
Through
training?
you, Madam Mayor, toolboxes, each outdoor workforce area has a weekly toolbox where there's discussions about safety issues that may be coming up, hazards that are identified in the workplace, any general issues that come up. It's also a time to educate or coach people on near misses that may have happened in the previous week, and incidents and the likes. So yeah, it's just something, a weekly meeting, 30-minute meeting for the outdoor.
Yep, that's fine. Excellent, thanks. And what is grants? The grants funded amphitheatre and amenities, Bishno. Whereabouts is the actual amphitheatre at Bishno?
It's part of.
That's part of the next report.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it? Okay, that's fine. Yep.
Thank you. Any further questions? Thank you. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Carried. Thank you. Agenda item 7.2 is the Acting Director Works and Infrastructure's report. There is a recommendation on page 24. Deputy Mayor, thank you. Move Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, I'll move that the Acting Director of Works and Infrastructure report be received and noted.
Seconded. Councillor McQueenie, thank you. Deputy Mayor, do you have any comment? Not at this stage. Questions or comments? Councillor Gregson.
I'll just repeat my question.
Councillor
Through
Gregson,
me.
can I just ask you, Councillor Gregson, did you actually see an email that I sent out that asked these questions to be put to Mr. Shaw before the meeting today to streamline the meeting but allow the officers to have the answers for
Yeah,
you?
but these are in the agenda, so they're
I beg your
pertinent. These questions are pertinent to the agenda.
That's exactly right, and that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, so I just don't know where it is, and so if I can get a quick reply, that'd be really good to understand.
Okay.
Possibly
Tell me what the questions are.
Yeah, so the amphitheatre, which is here, I assume, and it's at Bishno. Whereabouts is it at Bishno? I must know where it is. It's quite simple.
Mr. Smith, Mr. Shaw.
Through Madam Mayor, the new amphitheatre that's under construction at the moment is the Bishno Triangle, which is across the road in the park reserve from the IGA and the main shops there. So, yeah, in that area.
Yeah, Bishno. Okay, and also under general, the parking bays. I'll go through them there, but I'll refer it to Mr. Brown. The parking
No,
bays.
Sorry, who? Just who? No,
Smith.
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 Councillor, will you please turn around?
Yeah.
Turn around and ask your questions.
That's fine. With the parking bays, I've got wonderful to see that the line marking is going to be renewed at Swansea in the parking bays. Does that include a continuous yellow line around the corner of Franklin and Marais Streets? It seems to have diminished, and there's a parking problem where Marais Street meets Franklin Street, and if we don't have a clear one way and that left-hand side going west, there's going to be a real...
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Are you able to answer that, or?
Yes, through you, Madam Mayor, all yellow parking lines will be renewed at the same time, as including that one round where I frequent.
Thank you. Councillor Edwards.
I'd just like to thank Acting Director Smith for the work they've done on Willangta Road. It's travelling beautifully. Done a good job.
Thank you. Oops. Right, that's the timers. My timer's just gone off. Thank you. If there's nothing further on the Acting Director Works and Infrastructures report, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Carried unanimously. Thank you. Agenda item 7.3 is the Director of Planning and Development's update and report. There is a recommendation on page 27. Thank you. Deputy Mayor? So can I also, Deputy Mayor, you're moving?
Thank you. I'll move that Council receives and notes the report on the activities of Planning and Development Directorate.
Seconded? Councillor Edwards, thank you. Now, I'm just going to ask Mr. Shaw to refer to the environmental health report. It has changed from what was reported due to the, it's been amended due to lifting of the public health alert that was received after the agenda was released. So, Mr. Shaw, you might like to just speak to that for council, please.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So a minor amendment. Before each hearing of Toby, we've had the reworded content under environmental health section. All it is a deletion of text. So up until about 74 hours ago, there was the wild shellfish health alert warning required by NRA tabs. That's now been lifted, and we've since deleted that section from the report. The municipality has 3 signs alerting users of the health alerts. Now those signs have been reverted today, so council signage will align with NRA position and policy in relation to the shellfish poison toxin.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. So, quite obviously, councillors, the amended report is what will appear in the minutes. Thank you. Anything further, Councillor McQueenie?
Just a quick point of clarification. On page 26 of the report, where it talks about the delegation for properties where delegation to proceed, but to come to council if there's 2 or more representations. Just because it's silent on the other bit that I understand is the standing basis is, or 2 or more representations, or it's of significance. Right, just wanted to check that second part still continues, like a major development or whatever.
Mr. Shaw?
I confirm, Madam Mayor, that assumption is correct. It remains that if, as the planning authority, if there are matters that we believe are contentious or do need to be put towards elected members, it will be referred to council.
Thank you. Excellent.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Nothing further? I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Agenda item 7.4 is a new innovation in our agenda, and it is the action register for our motions. There is a recommendation on page 28. Now, Councillor McQueenie, thank you.
I move the council receives and notes the active resolution.
Thank you. Is there a seconder? Councillor Churchill. Any questions or comments on it? It has been appearing in our briefing report for a number of years now, but a discussion between Mr. Shaw and Mr. Tory, it seemed to be a very worthwhile exercise to have it actually in our agenda so we can see what has been actioned. But it's really only for information at this point. That would be accurate, Mr. Shaw?
Correct.
Yeah, thank you.
That's the only comment I wanted to make.
Councillor McQueenie?
That's the only comment I was going to make, but it's helpful.
Yes, very helpful. Thank you. Nothing further. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Carried unanimously. We'll move on to agenda item 8, which is the officers' reports requiring a decision. Agenda item 8.1 is the Glamorgan Spring Bay Audit Panel Annual Report. Is it 2024 or 2025? It says 2024 in the agenda. 24-25, thank you. There is a recommendation on page 30. Councillor Churchill.
I move that Council receives and notes the Glamorgan Spring Bay Council Audit Panel Annual Report for 2024-2025.
Thank you. Is there a seconder? Councillor Gregson. Councillor Churchill, would you like to speak to that motion at all?
Yes, I would. Thank you, Mayor. The audit panel puts in a whole lot of work behind the scenes that most of us don't get to experience, and I think it's some of the most important information through these reports that actually is available to the public. And just to, I guess, to inform the community a little bit about the audit panel, is that we have external experts on that panel who are able to scrutinise some of the material that and the figures and numbers and the risks and all the other parts of council's function, but they do not have the ability to direct us in any sense. They can give us a lot of advice, which they certainly do. And just on that point, I just wanted to draw out a couple of things from the annual report. And on page 9, these couple of these things just worthy of note, just to bring us to an awareness of the financial state of the council. And in there's only a couple of sentences I'll read. One's on page 9 in the last paragraph, third last point. The council is commended for recovery to a surplus financial position in 2024 and improvement in key indicators, including the cash position. While the cash position continued to improve in 2025, the underlying surplus was significantly lower than the previous year. The importance of that being that our finances are tracking very well in comparison to other councils, and we get that back from the Tasmanian Audit Office when it does its external audit of council. But we need to be aware this is one of the weaknesses that has been there now for a long time. While it's not giving us any grief, if things were to go wrong, if we might see the benefits of having put aside that bit of extra cash so that it's available to us. Just another sentence out of that same report on page 12, if I may. The panel notes council's work over recent years to reduce underlying deficits and move towards a surplus position. The panel encourages the council to continue this work, building a small reserve of uncommitted available cash to deal with unforeseen issues. And I think this is really important for us to be aware of this advice.
Thank you. Councillor Young, thank you.
Madam Mayor, through you, a question to the mover. The report, and you've been on the audit panel committee for a while, is that not correct? Does it say that we are not adequately reserved from a cash point of view to cover depreciation of fixed assets, or is it something extra?
It's not about depreciation at all. Oh, sorry, Mayor, if I may. It's not about depreciation at all. In fact, this is just operational funds that we're talking about here. And our reserves currently run at about 1 month of allowance. We've got secured. The recommendation from the TAO is that
Say that again, from whom?
From the Tasmanian Audit Office, sorry. Yes. The recommendation is that we have 3 months of reserve. We've never been up to that mark. It's not extremely critical, but if things were to happen, if, for example, we had, I don't know, a cyber attack or something like that, and we don't have reserves to do something with, it might be hard for us to get back online quickly.
Councillor Young?
Just a follow-up question. Councillor Churchill, does the report, from the way you read it, say that we're getting there to accumulate the cash that the Tasmanian Audit Office requires? Because I note the Audit Office has been in the gun recently on the question of ferries and other things. So I just want to know what your view about that question is, please.
So, can you just ask the first part of that question?
Yes,
again, please, Councillor?
Does the Audit Office say we're getting there or we're static?
Yes, through the Mayor. What the Audit Office is saying is that we've got enough reserves this year, the amount that, or sorry, in that last financial year, the one we're considering in this report, the surplus that we had, the operating surplus that we had, was considerably lower than the previous 2 years, I think they pointed out. And from that point of view, if we've got that surplus coming down rather than holding steady or perhaps slightly increasing, then we leave ourselves at risk if there is some operational failure or unforeseen event or something like that. It just leaves us exposed financially to a risk that could be largely abated if we attend to it over time.
Can I paraphrase the answer, Madam Mayor? We're not getting there. Is that what they say?
Councillors, can I just remind you that this is a formal meeting, and Councillor Young, you've had the floor for a little bit. The only thing I'd like to say is I think that the audit panel report was a very good one in terms of what's happened in the audit panel and how they've been, how council has been tracking. But I think also it's worthy of note that we are very fortunate to have the 2 independent members of our audit panel. They are both very well qualified to do the role, and as a council I think we are incredibly fortunate to have those members. Any other questions or comments in relation to the audit panel report? Nothing further? I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those again? That carried unanimously. Agenda item 8.2 is a event support grant application from the Spring Bay Arts Group. There is a recommendation on page 34. Councillor Edwards?
I move that the council approve the application for event support from Spring Bay Arts Group Incorporated for $1,260 and in-kind support towards the exhibition opening night and month-long exhibition of artworks.
Thank you. Is there a seconder? Councillor Churchill, thank you. Councillor Edwards, do you want to speak to the motion? No? Anyone for the motion? Councillor McQueenie?
Yeah, no, I'm in support of the motion. The thing I'd note in this particular application is that this group's monthly exhibition has historically been down at the Marina and will now be, as it notes, behind Berries and the Roadhouse in Orford. So it'd be nice, I think, because it's not usual traffic, while it's got a lot of visitor traffic there, if we could advertise or support or let community know that this has moved in our communication channels.
Sure, I think there's a problem with that. Is there on our social media and the like?
Yeah, through there, more than happy to identify communication channels to support
and note
an event that we're especially funding through council.
Thank you. Councillor Gregson?
I just referred my question to Councillor McQueenie. Where exactly is it, Councillor McQueenie?
Councillor Gregson, the question is not to Councillor McQueenie, the question is to the Chair or to the Acting CEO.
Okay,
it will be, in the report it states the address that it's going to be. It is I think it's known as 1 Alma Road or 1
Yeah, not Alma, Auburn.
Auburn Court, one Auburn Court. Yeah,
Directly behind.
it is the old IGA building and what used to be the post office in Orford. It's been vacant for a number of months.
Okay, so being unfamiliar with Orford through the
I'm sorry?
Being unfamiliar with Orford, is that on the go over the bridge or
It's off Alma Road. Alma Road is opposite the Great Eastern Drive Cafe on Tasman Highway.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep.
Thank you. Nothing further? I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried unanimously. Agenda item 8.3 is a request for event support from the Tribana Christmas crew. For the avoidance of doubt, there is a new officer recommendation that includes the value. So the council approved the application of $2,500 for event support. It's identified that there was no value in the original recommendation. So there is a new recommendation or council's motion. Councillor Young?
I move that council approve the application of $2,500 for event support to the Tribana Christmas Crew Inc. for the Tribana Christmas Parade and festivities on Friday, 12 December 2025.
Thank you. Is there a seconder? Councillor Edwards, thank you. Councillor Young, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Yes, very briefly, Madam Mayor. From Councillor Gregson's point of view, the name of the donee is in the motion. It's an existing legal entity, so it's not going to Father Christmas. And it's a worthy thing. Costs go up. It's nice to identify all the costs, a bit of an estimate to what the cost of some of these things are. But we can only do what we can do, and I urge support.
And I can tell you unequivocally, Councillor, it brings a lot of joy to the children in this area. Councillor Edwards?
Well, yes, I fully support this as well. As I've promised Acting Director Smith a ride on the teacup ride, and we'll be very distressed if that doesn't come to fruition.
Thank you, Councillor Edwards. Councillor Gregson?
Through the mayor, what is the maximum amount for these events? Is it 2,500? Has it increased from 2,000 or not?
Mr Shaw?
Through you, Madam Mayor, thank you, Councillor Gregson, for the question. Council policy states the general upper limit is $2,000, but it also provides discretion for amounts to be granted in excess of $2,000. And in fact, it's not uncommon for this council to approve amounts higher than the 2,000. So we remain consistent with the publicly available literature.
Fine, just through the mayor. So it's 2,500, or it could be above that amount.
It's through the mayor. The limit, the default limit under the policy is 2,000, with discretion for elected members to agree to a higher amount. So this is a higher amount by $500, but it's been discussed and assessed internally, and it appears to be a fit and proper and very reasonable claim for expenses to support the event.
And Councillor Gregson, you will have noted on the application form, it does ask the applicant, will they take a lower amount? So if they've applied for 2,500, our policy is say 2,000. Council does have, as Mr Shaw has indicated, we have discretion to either raise the value or lower the value. Thank you. No other comments or questions on this? I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Carried unanimously. Thank you. Agenda item 9 is councillors' motions with notice. There are nil. 10 is petitions. There are nil petitions. Agenda item 11.1 is council law question time. Councillor Gregson. Councillor Gregson, I'm going to put a timer on. You have 5 minutes.
Good. Fine, I've got a couple of questions. Has it started yet or not?
I'm sorry?
Have I started yet or not?
Yes.
All right, no, okay. The Vishnu Food and Wine Festival, and I'll probably put this to the Mayor.
I didn't hear, Madam Mayor.
Sorry. Councillor.
I'm just addressing
I
through the
didn't hear
Mayor.
what the councillor said, Madam Mayor.
Vishnu Food and Wine Festival, which is on the 15th of November 2025.
Yes.
The council, for want of a better word, donated $2,000 towards the festival on the condition that the actual council was acknowledged as a sponsor. I didn't see any signage on the surrounding area of that at all.
I'm going to ask the Deputy Mayor to answer that. So, Deputy Mayor?
The sponsorship is on the scrims on the tennis court on the way through.
Oh.
So the signage as you walk in for 50 metres has all the sponsors on it.
So when I walked into to the Mayor, to the Deputy Mayor, when I walked into the front entrance, I would have to go to the left and then left again, would I?
No, you would have to walk past it to walk into the front entrance.
No, I didn't see it at all. No. Oh, I see.
So, Councillor, this is not a discussion?
Oh, no.
Madam Mayor,
I just,
point of order, is
Yeah.
that a question?
no.
Thank you.
I just got what I wanted.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I need to rule on the point of order.
Is what
Councillor-
Councillor Gregson saying a
Thank-
question or a statement?
So your point of order is
It's question time. Not,
speaking raises an issue that is irrelevant to the motion or is interrupted.
thank
Would-
you.
Oh,
I buy your ruling, Madam Mayor.
But it's in relation to what is your point of order,
Oh,
Councillor?
Madam Mayor, Councillor Gregson said he was asking a question. Then he started to make statements.
But I finished my question, so it's irrelevant.
Okay.
Is on the next one? Yep.
Councillor Gregson, please. I have a point of order that I need to rule on. Councillor Young is quite correct. If you were asking a question, not making a statement, or not having a discussion with the Deputy Mayor. So in this situation, if you're going to ask a question, simply ask the question, not preface it with a statement.
Right.
Do you have another question?
Yes, I do. Yes, thank you. With regard to the mowing of the road verges, and that was eliminated by council a couple of years ago as a cost
Councillor, you're
saving
making
measure.
a statement again.
No,
What is your question?
My question is, does the council provide people who are elderly and have a medical condition, does the council provide a service to those people for free?
What did you the last three words?
Does the council provide the service for free? Mr Smith, or Mr Shaw, would you like to answer this, or should I defer to Mr Smith?
Please defer to Mr Smith.
Thank
Madam Mayor.
you. Mr Smith, thank you. You can answer that.
Yes, through Madam Mayor, the former Director of Works and Infrastructure, Peter Porch, and myself had a number of discussions about this. On our website, there's the nature strip guideline, maintenance guideline, which was introduced following the change in nature strip maintenance. In there, it does actually, in that guideline, outline what resources are available out there for, as Councillor Gregson said, elderly people,
Yes.
people that have difficulties doing their nature strips. And examples are Mayshore, do a lot around the municipality with their garden care, and I can't remember the other ones off the top of my head, but they are on that, in that guideline on our website.
Thank you.
Just for a minute, where is
No,
that located?
Councillor, I'm sorry. You've asked your question, so I'm sorry.
So, okay, that's fine. So after, and my next question was, I think I'm getting through that actually.
Yes, Councillor Young, I'll get to you.
It's fine. Okay.
So that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Councillor Young, then Councillor McQueenie.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a statement.
Okay.
I think council did a very good job. I'm elderly and I have a disability, not only age. I'm not as fit as I used to be. And I can assure Councillor Gregson that my nature strip is not cut or maintained by council at all.
Thank you. Councillor McQueenie.
Mine's a comment, so do you want it in comment sessions?
Okay.
Or?
Okay, we'll move to that. No other questions? Thank you. We'll move to agenda item 11.2, which is comments and statements. Councillor McQueenie, you'll
Yeah, I just want to comment, and it does relate to the
to that.
discussion,
Okay.
is there's a community health support program which provides services like mowing and gardening and maintenance, provided through the Commonwealth Government, of which Mayshore are one of the service providers that do that. So there's eligibility, for the community's benefit, there's for eligibility, you need to speak to a health professional or call My Aged Care to pursue that, which is a supported service for people who are older and have needs that don't allow them to do their own mowing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Councillor McQueenie. Any other comments? Nothing further.
There is a statement. Through me, I do have a statement. I'd just like to thank Mrs. Kerr here, who may be leaving council at the end of November. I'd really like to thank her for her devotion, her very helpfulness, her gentleness, and her kind nature.
Oh, thank
Thank you, Councillor Gregson. Well
Mrs.
said.
Kerr.
Well said. Agenda item 12 is confidential items, closed session in accordance with the requirements of the Local Government Meeting Procedures written back in 2025. As Mayor, I declare the meeting closed to the public in order to discuss the following matters. Item 1.1, request for leave of absence. Item 1.2, notification of leave of absence for parental leave. 2.1, minutes of closed session, ordinary council meeting held on the 28th of October. Item 3.1, Australia Day Awards 2025, and item 3.2, the Co-Health Annual Budget Report. There is a recommendation to move into closed session on page 42. Councillor Young, thank you.
I move that council moves into closed session at 2:42.
242.
2:42.
Thank you. Is there a seconder? Councillor Gregson, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Carried unanimously. Thank
Madam
you.
Mayor, can you have a short
We
adjournment?
can. We just confirm with Ms Clarkson that the recording has ceased.